Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Late Night with TrevisMichelle. Yes, I am your host of Late Night with TrevisMichelle. And what do we do here? We talk about the ugly side of the backstory. What is ugly side of the backstory? It is when guests come on and they share their challenges in their business, in their life, and they give us gems and tools so that we can do better, be productive, get that bag, walk in confidence for ourselves, and just be better people, right? Because we all need some help and we've all been through some stuff. So happy 2022, happy new year. How are you walking into this new year? How are you making changes in your life? Now, as you guys know, I am going through my journey of cervical cancer. And guess what, guys? Can I tell you, I'm doing 5 weeks of radiation and 5 cycles, 1 day a week of chemotherapy. This is my 5th week. What? Yes. So that's why y'all see the gray, because when you get chemo and stuff, you can't color your hair and do all that. But it's all good. It's all good. But this is my 5th week. I am so excited. Tomorrow, I get to ring my bell for my final radiation external, because it's 2 parts. So first part, I'm excited about that. And then on Friday, I get to ring my bell again for my final chemotherapy. Y'all don't understand. Like, I'm just so excited to get through this first part. When they say aggressive treatment, it's aggressive treatment. And I share my journey because I need women, especially women that look like me, especially women of color, to go to your doctor, get your pap smear. Uh, I know we're taking care of everybody else. I know it's uncomfortable, and some people have PTSD. I understand that, but we still need to take care of ourselves. So I am championing going and taking care of our bodies, taking care of our purse. We know about our breast cancer, our heart, diabetes, pancreatic cancer, colon cancer. We have all of these things, right? HIV, but we really don't spend enough time and awareness on cervical cancer, which is curable. Because, guys, I have it, yes, but I am curable. You just have to go through the journey. And so I want to bring as much awareness as possible. And this month is Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. So, yeah, I'll be talking about it all the time. I will be speaking about it on my IG, which is TrevisMichelle, my Facebook, which is TrevisMichelle. What else is coming up? I have my journal. It is out and it's doing really well. It's Boss Up with Confidence. And, I put a lot of time and thought into this. Here it is, Boss Up with Confidence, a 30-day journal to help you gain back your confidence one step at a time. Now, you notice when you look at it, it should make you smile, because when you're working on yourself, we have enough negativity that we need something that's going to make us feel good, because you're putting in the work, right? So what this is based on is my WALK method, which is willing participant, action steps, love yourself, and kick butt unapologetically. And can I tell you, you've done something right when millennials are buying your stuff. You're doing something right when in Britain and Ireland, they are purchasing your product. So we went international, and I know, yes, it is on Amazon. And I'm just so excited about that. So you can go there and purchase it. And my son was speaking to me today, who's a millennial. And he's like, Mom, I told my female friends, and they all purchased it. In fact, one is going to use it at her job to help a group of women. I'm like, what? And Michelle Anderson Benjamin, she purchased it and told her friends to purchase it. So in February, they're then going to go over what they've written out in January. That is the purpose. It's intentional. It's for us to put our work in for us, because 2022, we come first, then we can take care of other folks. In addition to that, guys, I have an online course coming, which is a little more in depth, talking about the WALK method. And then I'm working on this program for, hopefully it comes out in March. It's 3 months, so it's 12 weeks. And we talk about going from forgiveness to freedom to redemption. And it's still using the walk method, because loving yourself, in order to love yourself, you got to free yourself. You have to forgive yourself so that you can free yourself, right? So like I said, I'm just excited. There's so much going on. I'm part of Herpreneur Network on Clubhouse. I'm a Herbassador. I'm also a board member. I'm so honored. And I'm a regional director. So I'm saying hello to everybody that's popping in. Brenda Babs Young, hello. I see you. Queen Michelle Anderson, I see you. Robin Snitzer, thank you so much for showing up today. Please make sure you guys share and post this out. So without further ado, I want to tell you about this young lady. Y'all, get ready. She's a straight shooter. We have the same birthday, July 24th. So y'all know how I put it down. So you can just imagine it's going to be fire tonight. This is Dr. Miatta Hampton, who is a two-time #1 best-selling author, speaker, premier nursing specialist, and CEO and founder of Pivot to Success Academy, a multi-dimensional coaching practice specializing in helping women who lack clarity, feel overwhelmed and undervalued. Right? Look at everything that's going on. I think most of us fit in there at some point. Through her program, Dr. Miatta coaches and inspires women to get what they want by going from chaos all over the place, right? To cozy, where you're comfortable within your own skin because you have clarity, you have direction, and rediscover their worth by providing them with tools and resources to help them grow personally, professionally, and financially. Her mantra is clear. She empowers her audience to live life on purpose and in accordance with their dreams. Dr. Miatta is also a licensed cleric with a heart for educating and empowering others. She is a highly sought after speaker and has served as a guest speaker and panelist for Woman on Fire Conference, Power Up Summit, Success Fest 21, and Born to Dance Worship Arts Conference. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, the love of her life is her husband, LaTre Hampton, and their 4 beautiful girls. So without further ado, I am going to have Dr. Miatta join us. Hey, I can't hear you.
There we go. How are you? I'm so excited to be here.
I am so excited to be here. Hi, Dr. Ziegler. How are you doing, Dr. Nikki?
Dr. Nikki in the house.
So you know what? I know I added some stuff in your bio. Oh, y'all, you know how I always have a nice and I'm putting you out there. Mm-hmm. I always put in my on my page, I'll have the little bio and stuff. Well, she sent me her bio 10 minutes before the show tonight. So that's why I did not have time to put it up. I'm just saying. You know what? Because she's also my accountability coach. So she would be all over me. And I'm going to get it later. Don't worry. I'll get it later. But
I would.
How are you doing tonight, Queen?
I am doing wonderful. Listen, sometimes it gets messy in the middle and you just have to push forward. Life happens, things happen, and you have to figure it out and you have to find a way to get things done. And so that is what I did this evening.
I'm just so excited that we came on because look, every Wednesday or every day going through this treatment and stuff, and you're being a director of nursing, like it's really, really tough, but we have to push through and you have to go from that chaos to cozy. And I love the way you say the chaos to cozy. But before we get into that, I want you to share with us like some challenges in life that you've had to go through, going through a nursing school, having a child, being married. How was that?
Wow.
I want you to share. Because there's some people that are going through stuff right now. They have their job. They have a relationship, whether they're married or not. They have their children, and they're trying to figure out how to juggle it. So how did you juggle those?
Wow. You definitely will have to have support. That is number one. And you have to learn how to be your own support and not be caught up and worried about who is supporting you and who's not supporting you. I have definitely had some challenges along the way. I will definitely say that. Even starting out in nursing, one of the major challenges that I faced was I messed around, y'all, and I got pregnant right smack dab in the middle of the semester. And they wanted me to drop out of school. They wanted me to quit. They didn't believe in me, obviously. And I told them no. I pressed forward. And so that is also, kind of like how I live my life. Like I stopped listening to what people have to say about you. What are some things that people have said about you? You can't make it, or you're not qualified, right, or you don't have enough. People will always place their limiting beliefs on you and then expect you to fall in line. And that is not me. She is not me. I am not that person. And so that was really one of my first major challenges that I had. And that really helped me to understand who I was as a person and understand the determination and the drive that I had on the inside of me. You know, God placed a dream inside of me. He gave me purpose. And by any means necessary, I was determined to do that. So just getting through nursing school was I would say that was like my very first challenge that I had to go through. I worked multiple jobs just to make ends meet. But I needed the support. I needed the support. You have to have support. You have to have people in your circle that will cheer you on, people that will check on you. Times when you want to give up, they will help you press forward. So I would say definitely support is a major factor.
Wow, that's good. And then, so I know there's more to this story, so you were giving us that portion of it. But what did you do when you were told that they didn't want you to continue that semester? I want you to like fine tune that a little bit more.
So what I did is I believe in I listen for what people are not saying, not just what they're saying, but I listen for what you are not saying. And so one thing that I did was I pulled out my syllabus. I went and I looked at the school's policy on if a student is pregnant, what do you do? And
Hmm.
lo and behold, exactly what I knew, there wasn't a policy that existed. So I just simply used their syllabus. I used their policy against them. And I said, listen, according to your policy, it doesn't say that I have to sit out a semester. And what people have to understand is that a contract is between two people. Just because you sign your name on the dotted line doesn't mean you're the only person in the contract. That's business. Doesn't mean you're the only person that's in the contract. They're in the contract too, and there's some deliverables that they
Hmm.
have to have. Whoever they is, there are some deliverables that have to take place, and one of those deliverables was that being pregnant in the middle of semester was not a factor. And so I simply said, listen, I don't see anywhere in this syllabus, I don't see anywhere in the school's policy that says I have to sit out a semester because I'm pregnant and my due date is in the middle of semester. So here's what I'm going to impress upon you. I need for you to schedule all of my clinicals up front. I need you to upload all of my clinicals so that by the time my due date rolls around, my clinicals will be done. I can miss, when you take classes, you take 2 classes a week, you know,
Right.
there's a number of classes that you can miss. And so I was thinking, I'm gonna miss one class and I'll be fine. And I did. I actually ended up having her early because I pressed so hard. I ended up having my baby early. She was 3 weeks early. So I had her at 37 weeks. And so I delivered her right in the middle of the semester, and then the following week was spring break. So I took spring break off, and then the next week I missed class. So I actually took 2 weeks off, and I went back to school. So I will say, anyone who is here that is an entrepreneur, when you in business, you have to not only read your contract for what's in there, but read the contract for what's not in there, and understand that there are deliverables. There are deliverables. Just because it's you that is signing your name on the contract does not mean that there are certain things that other person does not have to be held accountable for as well. So
That's what I'm talking about. Dr. Nikki says, my Madam President. And the reason she's saying that is Dr. Miatta is also the president of the Herpreneur Network.
yes.
Yes, so we're very excited about that. Tammy says, so important to have support from those who get it. And that is true. Dr. Constance says, follow your dreams and trust God. And that
Absolutely.
is it. And two more. Oh, Tay Monet. She says, look at you, Queens. Hey, y'all. Hey, hey.
Hey.
I just want to make sure that everybody has their drink of choice. You see, mine is my water. This is my drink of
Tea.
choice. And Dr. Miata has her tea. Okay. Because late night with Travis Michelle, we actually look at the ugly side of the backstory. We don't look at all the nice, shiny, where it's all pretty and everything is perfect, because that's not how life is. And it's great when people want to see the success, but they need to see how you got there. Because look, y'all, going through and as an entrepreneur, there are going to be things that try to get in our way, and we have to make a decision. Am I going to, can I move forward? Right? Like Dr. Miatta had to sit and strategize. She had to look at that. Okay, let me go and see really at the contract what it says before you just tell me I can't do it. She had to stand up for herself. And that's what we need to do in order to go from that chaos. Because she could have gotten all caught up in, oh my goodness, that's it. I'm not going to do anything. I don't know what to do. Or she said, wait a minute, wait a minute. Yes, I said, wait a minute, not wait a minute, wait a minute. Let me check something and see what, right? And that's what she did. So then she came up with that strategy and she worked around it. And I love that. So
Absolutely.
having four daughters and a husband, how do you juggle that? Because you
Wow.
have a very powerful position, and it's very demanding.
Ooh, wee. Ooh, child. Listen, I had to have when I originally took this when I took the position, like I had to have conversations with my husband. I had to have a conversation with the kids as far as what my time was going to look like with them. My children are they're very demanding, they're very touchy, so they always need my touch. And so I definitely had to have a conversation with them first about what this would look like starting out. And so for me, it is definitely keeping a schedule, keeping things written down, and making sure that I'm showing up for my family just like I want them to show up for me. I want their support in anything that I do, so I have to make sure that I support them as well. I have to schedule time with my husband. I have to schedule dates. Like there are so many aspects and facets to it. Like I have to make sure that I'm spending time with me. I have to make sure I give enough time to the business. I give enough time to the girls, and I give enough time to my husband as well. And so I just make sure that I am there for all those parts of my life, and that I am present. Like I do not believe in taking work um, home. I mean, taking work from work and bringing it home, because when my kids are here, that is their time. Like I've given my time to work, and they want their time with me, and so I'm very intentional about spending time by myself, spending time with my husband, and then spending time as a family, and then spending time with just me and the girls. And even sometimes I will spend time with each one of them individually. So I have to really make sure that I do that, and that I'm intentional about it, and that I let them know that they are my priority, and that everything I do for them.
Wow. And guys, I can tell you this is true because she makes me a priority as well. And I'm on the phone and they're going, where was it? You were going Christmas shopping. I went Christmas shopping with she and the girls. Okay. They were picking out a gift for their dad. She's talking to me on the phone. I'm saying hi to them. We are laughing, all of us. And her girls will have you on the floor laughing. You hear me? But she left work, picked up her daughters, and they were all in the mall going to see what gift they were going to get for
But
dad and husband, right? And guess what? TrevisMichelle was along for the ride, and we had a blast. And just hearing their laughter, that she does make that balance. And not saying everything's going to be perfect all the time, but they have their own individual personalities, and oh my goodness, I was just in hysterics. So that is really what she does. And I'm sharing this because a lot of times people say it, right? Cookie cutter, and they're like making it seem like it's all perfect. She actually does it. So, where, I want you to just tell us what made you go from, segue out of, you're in nursing, but also start your own business. What,
oh, wow.
what happened in your life that you decided that you needed to do more?
So this year, well, this year we're in 2022. So last year, 2021 in January, my mom ended up going to the hospital, and we found out that she had cancer. And I just remember sitting in the hospital room with her, and I got my work phone with me, I got my laptop out. She's sitting in the hospital bed. This is the first time she had ever been hospitalized ever. And so instead of me like being present with her in the moment, it's like I'm answering, I'm on the work phone, answering text messages, trying to send out emails. And then in the back of my mind, I'm calculating all of the ETO that I'm taking off. I'm like, man, this is like 5 days of ETO. I know I got an engagement coming up in June. Am I gonna have enough, ETO to take off? Oh, and just I just made up in my mind like I didn't want to. That's not what I want. I just don't want to live like that anymore. And then the fact that I had to request time off, I had to
Mhm.
ask permission to be able to be present with my mom when I should have been, fully present with her on her healing journey and getting all the information. It was like I was allocating time to work. And I just decided in my mind and in my heart, like I'm not gonna, that's not how I want to live anymore. And if I'm going through it, how many other women out here are going through it? That God has placed some good stuff on the inside of you, some gifts and talents on the inside of you that somebody somewhere needs. And I just know in my heart of hearts that the women that I'm going to reach, the masses that I'm going to reach, I can't get to them sitting behind the desk. I can't get to them pinned in. I can't get to them feeling like I'm boxed in,
Right.
like said, cookie cutter. I can't do it that way. And so in order to do the things that God is calling me to do, in order to make the big moves and make the shifts, I have to get uncomfortable. I have to get outside of myself. I've got to get out of the box. I refuse to allow people to continue to box me in. I have to come off mute. I have to be unmuzzled. And I have to be about my father's business. And I have to do the things that God is calling me to do because I know there is somebody somewhere waiting on me so that they can get unstuck and so that they can pursue their dreams and their purpose and the call that God has on their life.
Wow, that you said a mouthful. Also, as being a registered nurse myself, and look, you got to ask for permission to do everything, and then wait and see. And you know what? When God puts a different calling on your life, a bigger calling, it's like that's not going to work. So we have to figure this thing out, and being able to listen, have that discerning ear, what God wants us to do, and then to walk in that path. Man, let me tell you that
Absolutely.
right there is freedom.
Yeah.
That alone is freedom. Now, you may not know what it's going to look like. You may not know how you're getting there because who would have known? Who would have thought? Because I never, I didn't really share this that often, but before I got the vaccine, I was talking to someone at work and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get this vaccine and I have a feeling I'm going to be out of work.
Mhm. Mm.
And guess what? I got the first vaccine. I had anaphylaxis, knocked me out, and I was out of work from September until November. 3 days before I was supposed to go back to work, I found out I had cervical cancer. God was saying, okay, you started doing this work, but I need you to get some stuff in place. I need you to get your journal done, but you can't do it working. Because, right, when I'm working, I'm riding my bike to work, I'm doing whatever. By the time you get home, you're tired, you're not doing it. But I had to what? Come off mute and be
Absolutely.
about God's business. And he sat me down and was like, okay, because you know what? Yes, I have cervical cancer, but it's curable. He didn't say you're down and out and done. So I'm like, okay. And then my daughter said to me, God is sitting you down because you know what he wants you to do, and he's giving you the opportunity to do it. So if you don't do it now, shame on you. And I was like, who's she talking to? My little head went to, we were on the phone talking. So I had my little attitude. I'm a black woman, like, what? But you know what? I had to listen
Yep.
because she was correct. And now look what has happened. You have your business flowing, you're starting. Hi, Dr. Joe. Being able to do the journal through the midst of this, which is crazy. And we met because you know what?
Absolutely.
Um, Dr. Miatta and I are actually friends, but we've never met in person. And
Nope.
I know COVID's been horrible. I understand. I've lost friends, colleagues,
Yeah.
family, but it has been so good too because we would never have connected
Connected.
because you're in Nashville, Tennessee, and I
Yep.
had no plans to go to Nashville
Until now.
until now. Right?
But
You're
it's about
absolutely
getting
right.
uncomfortable. Tammy Walker, she posted in there, she said, get uncomfortable. It's about getting uncomfortable. If I had not gotten uncomfortable and stepped outside of my box and really began the journey of really began the journey of trusting women again, I would not have met you. I would not be a part of the Herpreneur Network, but it was about me getting uncomfortable. It's not about what I want. It's about the things that God is calling me to. It's about what he wants and it's about what he needs me to do. And sometimes that just means that you have to get uncomfortable.
Right.
Get uncomfortable, you have to press through it because everything that you want, all your desires, all the things that you're telling God that you want to do, all the things that you're telling him that you want to become, it's right on the other side of your uncomfortableness. So in this season, you have to be uncomfortable and you have to press through and you have to persevere.
And you know what? She's telling you this because that's exactly what Dr. Miatta did to me. I'm sitting up here, y'all always know I be trying to like, well, maybe I can throw that C word, I can throw my C card in there. She's like, excuse me. Yeah, when is the journal done? How much is the journal going to be? What's the name of your journal? What's the name of your online course? How much is, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, come on. She did not sit there and allow me to say, well, I have cancer and I'm going through. She's like, okay, Dr. Nikki, you're supposed to be on this call. And I was like, when I tell you I was a hot to the mess, the chemo brain, she's like, no, you need to be on this call. And I'm like, okay. And I got back on my computer because they held me accountable and they didn't allow me to wallow. And that's being uncomfortable because doing this for me, everybody looks at me and I am confident, but it doesn't mean that I'm not uncomfortable. Sharing, I always tell you guys, if it's up to TrevisMichelle, y'all would not know about me and my little issues. Okay. That's my business. That's my purse, not yours. But God said to be uncomfortable and share because we
Yeah.
need to bring awareness to other people. So, Dr. Miatta, now tell us about your going from chaos to cozy. What does that really mean?
So going from chaos to cozy is really about you. It's about you prioritizing, knowing what is pressing, knowing what is essential, learning how to delegate. You don't need to handle everything. You don't need to be in control of everything. And I know some of us struggle with that. It's about having balance in your life,
Right.
understanding really and truly why it is that we struggle, and we struggle. Part of, as I will just say, as women entrepreneurs, part of the reason why we struggle is because we don't have balance. We're trying to create that harmony between home life, work life, um,
Mm-hmm.
increased responsibilities at home, family life, other responsibilities, and just the other commitments that we have that we are choosing to be a part of. And it's just sometimes you feel like, if I give more time to one area of my life, then I'm abandoning, something else. So if I give more time to my business, then I'm abandoning my family. If I give more time to
Right.
my family, then I'm abandoning the business. And so, in this day and age, you're expected to be so much, right? You're expected to be a mother, you're expected to be a wife, a leader. If you have a job, then you're committed to your 9 to 5. So then you have other people pressing on you and pulling on you. And so, when you just don't have the support, you have to shoulder those burdens alone. And sometimes that can leave you feeling overwhelmed, right? And then fear, the fear of failing, fear of
Right.
unknown, the fear of success, being criticized, um, not having the support you need. It leads, sometimes that can lead us into procrastination, right? And procrastination is just, I always tell people procrastination is nothing more than when you start to feel overwhelmed with all the things that you want to do or have to do, you decide to go to a happy place. So
Right.
that happy place might be anything. That happy place could be, let me get in the car and take a drive. The happy
Right.
place could be, let me start cleaning up. The happy place could be, let me read this book. The happy place could be, let me binge watch on Netflix. And so that's simply all, procrastination is. It just helps you. It's like a coping mechanism, so to say. And so taking your chaos to cozy is simply helping with organization, prioritization, delegation, reclaiming your time, helping you remain positive, and searching for the time gremlins in your life, like scrolling on social media, scrolling on IG. If it's not bringing you money, why are you doing it? Right? And so, unless Netflix is paying you to binge watch instead of working on your business, then you probably shouldn't be binge watching. You probably should be working on your business. And so, and so that is what being taking you from chaos to cozy is, helping you with those, I wouldn't call them hard questions, but just asking you the hard questions like, are you allocating enough time to your business? And asking you, how much time do you spend on your business? Have you picked the time of the week that you intend on planning? What day have you set aside to say, I'm going to use this day to do all my strategic planning for business? And then how are you planning? Are you planning quarterly, daily, weekly? monthly. What does that plan look like? So that is what taking you from chaos to cozy looks like. It's basically helping you look at what your legacy is and what you want your legacy to be.
Wow, that's a mouthful because you hit on so many points. Because, like I said, Dr. Miata and I are we were talking a while ago and realized our birthdays was the exact same day. She goes, "Oh, that explains a lot," and I was like, "Oh wow, yeah, it really does." The same day, July 24th, and so you know that we like to have control of our environment, and we like to have structure. So you know, we don't like, and even though I am a free spirit, which sound doesn't seem like it makes sense, but I can control my space. I control what I do. So if you're that type, you have to be able to release that. You have to be able to let that go so that you can, one,
Absolutely.
be coachable, be teachable. And I know she says you don't binge watch, but if you have been doing something and your mind's been very active and you need some downtime, and that's how you do your downtime, but make sure that you just say, I'm going to binge watch maybe um, a certain number of episodes, not the whole 4 seasons like I've been doing, because
Allocating.
I literally
Yeah,
couldn't do
allocate
anything
your
else.
time. You have to learn how to
Allocate.
write that kind of stuff into your schedule. Like if you say I'm going to watch television from this time to this time, then write the plan and stick to it. And when no, listen, no matter how good that episode get, you got to cut it off and get back to it. You know, at the end of the day, you're building your empire. This is about your legacy, and it takes proper planning and organization. And you can't just close your eyes and just hope and wish that everything falls into place. You can't continue to pray and not do anything. You can't continue to say, well, I got faith that God is going to do these things, and not do anything, because we know that faith without works is dead. You got to put some action behind it. You got to get some skin in the game. You got to get that elbow grease in there and get the work done and get to it.
That's right. Now, Dr. Miana, where can we find you? Where can people locate you so they can connect?
Yeah, so you can connect with me on IG, Facebook, Clubhouse, and LinkedIn. All of them are at Dr. Miata. Clubhouse,
IG, Facebook, LinkedIn, and what else? Clubhouse
yep, and Clubhouse at Dr. Miata.
at Dr.
Connect with me. I
Miata.
would love to connect with you. Share this live as well. Share, share. Sharing is caring.
Absolutely. That's what I'm doing now. I just want people to be able to see IG, Facebook, LinkedIn, Clubhouse at Dr. Miata. And I love the way she says, I'm, go ahead and say it the way you do when you introduce yourself. Because you didn't do that today. You
Oh,
didn't say
Dr.
that.
Miata. Oh, I'll do it right now. You want me to do it right now? So
Yes.
listen, for those of you who don't know me, I am Dr. Miata Hampton, but you can call me Dr. Miata. I serve busy working women who are working a 9 to 5 while building business simultaneously, who lack clarity, feel overwhelmed, and undervalued. I help you get what it is that you want out of life and business, help you turn your chaos into cozy, and rediscover your worth by providing you with tools and resources for your next level journey so that you can live life on purpose according to your dreams. I want you to connect with me on IG, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn if you're there, and Clubhouse at Dr. Miata Hampton.
There you go. I just love it when she says that. So I wanted her to say the whole thing, even though I read her bio, because it's really it's important the way we actually collaborate, right? Collaboration trumps
Competition.
competition, and that's what we do at the Herpreneur Network on Clubhouse. We're on every Dr. Miata actually every Saturday at what
Yes.
is 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7
7 a.m.
a.m.
Central.
Central
Yeah.
Standard Time, and we give our affirmations. And let me tell you, write it down and make it plain.
Absolutely.
Speak it out loud. Words are important. Tell us about that with your affirmations on Saturdays, which is every Saturday.
So Saturday affirmations. Listen, I'm gonna tell you why I love affirmations. I tell you why I love my affirmation personally is because no matter how I'm feeling, what has happened, throughout the week, when I read that first, when I recite that first line, God's abundance is flowing in my life. Like it just does something. It does something to me. It definitely has helped me shift my mindset from a place of lack, a place of scarcity, to a place of abundance, because I know that God comes to do exceedingly abundantly above all I could ever ask, think, or imagine. And when I tell you He has done it for me in 2021, I am waiting for God to blow my mind in 2022.
Yes.
He has connected me to some women who are about their father's business, some women who are, listen, we out here getting it. And I'm just telling you, if you want to be connected to some women who are going to push you, who are going to give you positivity, who are going to hold you accountable, who are going to support you, who are going to hold up your arms, I need for you to connect to the Herpreneur Network, because what we are seeing now is just the tip of the iceberg. And listen, if you are someone who is struggling, and you are saying to yourself that I need support, I need women who are around me, who are positive thinkers, not just any old kind of women, but Christian women in business, then the Herpreneur Network is for you. And I invite you to join me every Saturday at 7 a.m. In the Herpreneur Network Clubhouse room for Saturday affirmations, where every Saturday we recite our affirmation to simply remind us of who we are and whose we are and who we serve. Because at the end of the day, this thing is not about us, it's about God. We are her ambassadors. We are representations of the Herpreneur Network, but more importantly, we are kingdom ambassadors, and we are ambassadors of God's kingdom. And at the end of the day, there are no two ways about it. You can only serve one God, one master. There's only one true and living God. And that is what we do at the Herpreneur Network. We fix crowns and we maintain them. We believe in collaboration over competition. So if this is what you want, I'm not going to say if this is what you want, because I know this is what you want, but you've got to come to the end of yourself. You've got to get over yourself, and you've got to step up to the plate and do the things that God is calling you to do. So I want you to connect with the Herpreneur Network. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Everything that you need is in the house. Everything that you need is in the room. When I tell you, I am connected to some awesome women like Geneva D. Ashley. Come on, ma'am. Mama Constance, TrevisMichelle, Dr. Nikki, and the list goes on and on and on. And if you want to be a part of this network, if you want to be one of the women who are being called up to higher heights, because at the end of the day, baby, we going from glory to glory. So what I want you to do is connect with us. Send Trevis a message, or just drop it right here on your, listen, let me give it right here. You see this? Drop it right here and let us know that you want to connect. And I promise you, somebody will reach out to you and we will get you connected and we will get you to your next level. And I almost said, I'm Dr. Miatta and I yield the mic.
I know you did, right? I was waiting for you to say that. Also on Facebook, you can also go to the Herpreneur Network, and you can join on there as well, and you'll see a lot of information in reference to what we're doing, how to join, because we're taking applications only up till this month. After that, we won't. It will not be any open again until
Yep.
March, and it
We
is
have
a
an
vetting,
information session. We have an informational
right, Monday, right?
Monday. Yep. Monday. I think Monday is the 10th, right? Yep. January 10th at 7 p.m. So if you want to be a part of that, please, 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 drop it in the comments and we'll get back to you. And whether this is live or replay or whatever,
Right.
but drop it in the comments and say, I want to be a part of the Herpreneur Network, or put me in again, put me in, coach. And
You need
somebody
skin in the game. You definitely need some skin in the game. But it's that time where I share with you who I am. Again, I'm TrevisMichelle, host of Late Night with TrevisMichelle, where we tell the ugly side of the backstory. What is that? That's where we give guests come on and they share their challenges and then give us gems and jewels so that we can make it to that success, to the shiny object, to where, and I won't say the end, because as long as we have life in our body, we should never be looking at the end. We should just be looking at the next level to grow, right? In addition to that, you can find me on IG at TrevisMichelle, on Facebook at TrevisMichelle, Clubhouse, TrevisMichelle also. And on Sundays, I'm in the Herpreneur Network room, and it's Boss Up with Confidence. And every Sunday, we have just a different subtitle. So, Boss Up with Confidence may be with parenting, and maybe forgiving yourself, right? We're going to be speaking this Sunday probably about the journal and really going through the WALK method and my journal, you can go to my IG page and pick this up. You can go straight to Amazon now because you know what? I have my own company, Ask TT Publishing, and I published this. Yes, I did. Boss Up with Confidence journal. And you actually can do work in here. It's not, I didn't want to do a journal that you were just doing a brain dump. I wanted you to actually think about intentionally what it is that you want to accomplish. And let me tell you something, that WALK method is an actual tool that you can use in life for a lot of things. Thank you, Dr. Joe. You have yours. Hi, Kay. And what it does, even going through my journey right now with cervical cancer, I had to do the walk method. I had to be a willing participant. Am I going to lay down here, stay mad, cry, or am I going to say, okay, wipe the tears, God, what do you have is curable? What's next? Let's go. I had to take my action steps, make sure I didn't miss an appointment, made sure I went through all my tests. And let me tell you, this is fifth week. Tomorrow I go and ring my bell. You know, we're going to be doing videos and stuff for my external radiation. That's part one. On Friday, I get to ring my bell for my last chemo. So I'm just excited. But I had to go through the process. I had to take those action steps. And L, I had to love myself. And in loving myself, I had to forgive myself for not staying on top of my checkups. I'm just throwing all my business out there, being completely uncomfortable. But I didn't. But guess what? When I did, I still followed through. And I had to love myself, even though I know I know it would have been found sooner, right? But God said it's still curable. So I learned to love myself through my mess. And that's what you have to do. Love yourself even in your mess.
That's good.
Then K, kick butt unapologetically. Y'all, I have been MIA. Last week was HELL week. It was so bad. It hit me like a ton of bricks because people don't actually tell you everything. They just say, oh, it's aggressive. I know what the word aggressive is. I'm intelligent, but y'all don't know what aggressive is. I know now aggressive treatment, exactly what it is. When you have nothing left, when you literally can't wash yourself, it takes you 25 minutes to get to your door. You don't want to eat. You can't drink. You can't do nothing but pray. And my spirits were up. So that was the thing. It's not like I was sad. My body was beat. Right. But I had to kick butt unapologetically anyway. I had to show up for myself anyway. I had to drive myself to radiation for the last 5 weeks anyway. And I did that. So with that, as your confidence coach, I teach you also in March, we have a 12-week program coming out where you go from freedom, well, forgiveness first, freedom, because once you forgive yourself, you're free, to redemption, right? And we go more in depth in that in the 12 weeks. So I'm a speaker. I'm here for you guys. We're going to come back to boom, that was my little commercial. Now we're back to Dr. Miatta. Now we have all of these. Thank you. Like I said, Dr. Joe, you got your journal. Thank you. We see all the hearts. So now share with us having, with your 4 daughters. First of all, give their names, please, because they need to have some acknowledgement. We said your husband's name and their ages so that they shine.
So I have little Miss Trayana, who is 17. My baby will be 18 next month. So I ain't ready. And then my 13-year-old is Makila, Zaria, who is 8, and then Gabriella, who goes by Gabby, is 3.
Wow. Now you have a wide range of ages. So, we done laughed and talked about that. But anywho, how do you juggle? Because they each have their own personalities.
Mm-hmm.
And who's a comedian who has me like cracking up all the time?
Makila.
Oh my gosh. So,
see, I just said Makila, and she hollered out, "Yes, ma'am." What? Makila.
How do you keep those? Because 4 girls is a lot. How do you keep those personalities and yourself? Because you a lot.
I feel like realistically, I feel like each one of them is a like a personality that I have. Like it is so weird. So like Trayana is my she's my studious one. She is very quiet. She's very athletic, super smart kid. And she is my how would I describe her? She's my personality twin. Makila, my 13-year-old, that's the comedian. Like she like play all the time. She don't never know like when to stop. And I'll be like, oh, okay. One day, boom, Alice, right to the moon. Keep it up. She is, yes, that's my little comedian.
Look, this is the one who they went in the store
I
looking
called
at
it
some
out, didn't I? Before.
sneakers for her father, and they did not have it in men's. And she says, "Ma, what size sneakers is Dad wearing women's?" I was dying on the phone, and she was dead serious.
I was
I
like,
was
what?
dying.
I literally gave Travis a play by play. I said, "Now watch. This is what she got. This is what she gonna do when we get in here." I said she likes to spend money. She's definitely a shopper. I said, "Watch. She's gonna try to figure out." Now I gave them a certain amount of money to spend for Christmas for their dad, and I said, "Watch. She gonna try to figure out a way to get some of that money herself." Sure enough, when we get there, the first thing she going to look at Crocs. I said, "Why? What are we doing? Why are we in here?" "No, I just wanted to see how much they cost." "Why?" "Because none of the money you have on that card is for you. What are you doing?" I knew it. I told Travis that. I said, "Watch. She gonna try to figure out a way
And
to
she did.
she gonna try to figure out a way to spend the money." Then I told Travis, I said, then when she figures out she can't spend the money, then I'm not gonna let her, and she has to spend all the money on her dad. She's gonna max it out, and then she's gonna ask me for extra because she is my extra child. She's over the top with everything. And sure enough, she did. It was like, I'm gonna need your card. "No, ma'am. I gave you a certain amount of money. I need you to keep it in that range." I knew she was gonna do that. I knew it. That's who she
And
is.
then guess what? No, it wasn't Gabby. Who was it? I'm sorry. That she you asked her to fix your tea, and she says yes. When I turned 9 years old.
That's Z. Yes, that's she's the one that she wants to do everything that they do. So, I said, "Can you fix me some tea?" "Well, I can be able to fix your tea when I turn 9." "Yes, ma'am, you can fix my tea when you turn 9." Yes.
I was like, oh my goodness. And little Gabby is just
And
running around.
Gabby,
She just,
her nickname in our family is Boss Baby. That's what everybody calls her, Boss Baby, because she thinks she is the boss. She literally runs everybody. Like, she has to be in control of the TV, have the iPad at the same time, and then she wants your phone to be able to stream too. She is. She is.
wow. And I wonder where they get all of this from. Hmm. But it's so nice to, and like I said, I wanted you to really shine a light on the girls because they're very important to you, and to hear
Absolutely.
you
They're
all
my legacy.
together and really um, having a good time. And that's not something a lot of people can say they can do with wide ranges of ages too, and they actually spend time and like each other. And y'all, you included me, and I feel so honored because I was having a great time. It was like I was there, so I can hardly wait to actually meet you. um, Now,
Yeah.
how is your husband uh, dealing with the fact that you have your business now? It's starting to flourish. It is flourishing. It's going to quadruple. How
I
does he
receive
feel
it.
with that? How do you work with, because some men have an ego, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, my wife is really, her business is really starting to grow. How do you handle his ego?
My husband has actually been very, very supportive. I know probably right before in the beginning of the year, I remember being on a live, and someone asked, um, what are you taking from 2021, 2022? And the one thing that I learned in this year is really how supportive. I mean, we only 5 days in, but just really learning how supportive my husband is. And when he told me, looked me square in the face, like I was, doing some stuff on the computer, and he was like, "Hey, man." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Hey, man, you're not gonna be able to work this 9 to 5." He's like, "You're not gonna see the business blow up until you quit working your 9 to 5." And so just to have his support in that transition means everything.
Wow. Well, Latre, we really appreciate you, King. We want to give you credit again and say your name out there because supporting our queen is so important. And I brought that up because women, especially Black women and women of color who look like us, they need to hear that so that they get out of that oh, we don't work together and all of that other crap. That's because that's what media puts out there. They're not gonna put the good stuff out there. That doesn't sell. That's boring, right?
Right.
So I needed them to hear positive. And they're not, no disrespect, but they're not married for 75 years where they've already, that era is you stay together, whether he's beating you down or not. You see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to acknowledge that yes, there are good men out there.
Yeah.
Okay, there's still hope for me.
Yes.
And
He waiting on me to go all in. He keeps saying, you just gonna have to go all in. You just gonna have to go all in. Like he wanted me to the beginning. I waited. It was kind of like my fault. I just was. I don't know why I was waiting because New Year's and then COVID was ramping up. So I was like, no, I'm gonna just chill at home. But he wanted me to go get a room. He was like, you need to just go get a room for the new year and spend 2 days and just work on your business. No distractions. I got the kids. He was like, if you want me to bring you food, he's like, we can either pack you some stuff or if you get hungry, just call me and I'll bring it. And I was like, nah. But that's part of that. That's part of that guilt that as women entrepreneurs, we have to learn how to shake. Like if your
right,
spouse or your significant other is saying, listen, I need you to go all in. I support you 100%. Like we're gonna have to learn how to just push that mom guilt to the side. Whatever other guilts that you're having, push them to the side and just go all in business. So I have vowed to do that in 2022. That 2022 is the year that I will definitely go all in. I know that I'm surrounded by some fabulous women. Like I cannot say that enough. I am surrounded by some phenomenal women who want to see me win and who I want to see win, and that is just so important. And so to have the support of my husband with this, and for him to he started to talk about Dr. Nikki more when I say stuff. He's like, well, have you talked to Dr. Nikki about it? Well, how Dr. Nikki feel about it? So I know that I know that the connections that I have made are definitely in the right direction.
and you know what? I thank you for really being my friend because we've definitely built up a friendship. Because she actually calls and really checks on me, texts me, and sometimes I couldn't even talk,
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, because Dr. Nikki finally got in contact with me. No, she was contacting me, but I was able to actually pick up the phone and talk to her yesterday. She was like, do I need to take a flight? And I was like, no, no, whoa, wait, no, I'm good. No, I'm sorry. I just was down. She's like, oh, because I don't know. I was, Mother Gail praying for me, Brother Costas, just everybody's being so supportive because this is actually what we do. We don't talk
Yeah.
about it. And on Clubhouse every day is business check-in, women in business check-in at Herpreneur Network. And you get to come on the stage and promote your business.
Yes.
Who gets to do that? Everybody who comes on the stage gets to do that because we can go to the top by ourselves and it takes a long time. But if you have more people, we all
Yeah.
get together, right? And it's so important that our circle is tight and we have the right people because there's no dead weight this year. I
Absolutely
can't.
not.
No dead weight 2020.
None.
I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. Your
None.
feelings might be hurt, but as my 3-year-old grandson Christian says, your feelings might be hurt, but I'm not taking it. And we can't, we're going to go from that chaos to cozy. Then I need the clarity. And if you have the clarity, you have the discernment to say,
Absolutely.
you can't come with me. Everybody can't go with us on the journey. So I thank you for being my friend. I thank you for launching us off on 2022. Because I was like, oh, yes, Dr. Miatta, yes, get it in there, get it in there. So again, tell us where we can find you and leave us with some closing thoughts.
Absolutely. So you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Clubhouse, and LinkedIn. And it's just at Dr. Miatta Hampton. I look forward to connecting with you. And what I want to leave you with tonight is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 8 and 9. And this is just my paraphrase on that thing, right? So there are times when we are troubled or times when we are things are not happening the way we want them to happen and it just disrupts us, right? And so we may be troubled on every side, but we are not distressed, meaning we're not torn all apart about it. We might be perplexed, right? That thing might have us, kind of scratching our heads, but we are not in despair. We might be persecuted. There might be people out here who don't understand this journey that we've decided to take. They may not understand the leap of faith that we have decided to embark upon. And so we may be talked about, but you know what? That's okay. Because I want you to know that you are not forsaken. God has not forgotten you. You may be cast down, meaning you might be discouraged. You might be disappointed. Somebody might have even dropped you. There might be some relationships that you thought that you were going to keep, and maybe they left. Maybe you felt betrayed, right? But at the end of the day, it did not destroy you. So I want you to press forward. I want you to go all in 2022. The things that you say that you want, I want you to go after them like your life depends on it. I'm Dr. Miatta, and I want you to connect with me, and I want you to live life on purpose according to your dreams.
Wow, that was. Thank you so much. Someone needed to hear that. They you need that encouragement. Um, no matter what part of the journey you're on, we all need the encouragement. We all need that reminder. So I really thank you so much for sharing with us tonight, for getting us from our chaos, which we're all over the place and think that we have to do and be for everybody, to cozy, where we have clarity, where we're comfortable in our skin, where we have some skin in the game. And it's okay for us to say we are a priority and
Absolutely.
then walk that out. So everybody was like, yes, look at Michelle. She says, I needed that. Jay Denise. Hi, Jay Denise is in here. Dr. Miatta Hampton. Everybody is in here clapping it up. Drop the mic. Boom, bomb. Yes, that's right. Because that's how she lays it down all the time. So I'm just excited for that. This is TrevisMichelle, late night host of Late Night with TrevisMichelle, telling the ugly side of the backstory. Next week, we have Dr. Rochelle Robinson, who is going to be on here. She is a child psychologist, and she really deals with teenagers and their mental health. So, parents, please be on here. It's very, very important, even for yourself, because there are so many of our youth that are struggling right now because they don't have the social interaction. And a lot of them want to commit suicide, and she's able to help them. And of course, she's a woman of God. So, y'all, I'm just saying. So, we're going to have a good time with that next Wednesday. I also have my journal, which I go over to, boom. You go to Amazon and can purchase it. You can go to my IG. There's a link there and get it and actually put some work in. There's my online course, which I thought I would be able to launch in January, but y'all, like I said, this aggressive treatment, I have to push it back. So I'm pushing it back right now until February. And then my forgiveness, freedom, and redemption 12-week program, which is, I'm just so excited about that, will be launching in March. So I'm excited. Please connect with me, IG, Facebook, LinkedIn, Clubhouse. Those of you who know me, text me, whatever, at TrevisMichelle. Go ahead, Dr. Miatta.
January 22nd, if you are ready to add another stream of income to your business, if you are someone who suffers from writer's block and you like, listen, I want to be an author. I've tried it and I just cannot get the words out. I want you to send me a message, either DM me or you can leave a message here. January 22nd from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, I am hosting my Pivot to Success writing workshop intensive where I will help you with your very first chapter. By the end of the workshop, you will have your first chapter done. I will break down what that looks like by using my 5-step formula to breaking through writer's block. I call it the team approach, where I take your thoughts, your experiences, and your must-haves, and we create your chapter for you. I help you with your chapter outline, and you can then also use that as a format to write a book if that is what you desire. So that is what I got coming up next.
Right, and I forgot. Yeah, I was going to say that. I forgot that January 22nd. Blame it on the chemo brain. Blame it on the chemo brain. Guys, I'm so excited that you came in tonight. Please share this video. If you're on the replay, please put in their replay. If you need to connect with us, you have our information. Thank you, everyone, for popping on tonight. And you guys are just always so supportive and really appreciate it. Dr. Miatta, loves, kisses. I so appreciate you as a woman of God, as one of my sisters, my inner circle. And just a businesswoman in Christ. Yes, because you know what? See, we can be business women and Christian women.
Absolutely.
Boom, because we're supposed to get all the bag and share, right? So thank you so much. So until next Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, this is TrevisMichelle. I'm too much for some, not enough for others. Y'all be all right. But guess what? I'm always just right for me.